Bay State running. We are back.
Coach Shep,
Coach H.
small school, Central West, boys, starting off with the 100. Top seed in the 100 is
Freshman.
a freshman.
Jonas.
11:03. I wonder if that's a hand time.
I saw Jonas do that at the freshman small.
You did. So that's
Small school.
That's legit. So
He's official.
not only will he be trying to take this thing, Putnam doesn't have he looks like an 11th grader. Nope. Doesn't have an age. Yusef Walker from Putnam. He's only .03 off. So both guys will be trying to break 11 and get to that 10. Those are the top guys in that 100. In the 200, you see James Robinson of Air Shirley with that 22.34, and then Jonas Clark, the freshman from South Hadley, is back.
Shout out to my man Cole Buddick. Foss family.
Down there in the 200.
Cole moving.
Ran the 600 indoors.
23-4.
We forgot to give him the love indoors, so good call on that.
Richard Swanson.
Yeah. Yeah, Richard Swanson, a little bit down there. He's certainly faster than that, so I wonder if he's focusing on the 400. We'll get to that in a second. But top seed, James Robinson, 23.34. Everybody else will be chasing him. And there we are at the 400. Your top time, and I just remember we
Massachusetts. Yes.
50.90, Connor Dandy. We didn't know, we haven't heard of it until indoors. And then you have Richard Swanson, 51.07. He's a 120 or 121 600 guy. So I think Swanson's going to get Dandy, but we'll see. Cole again.
Cole again in the 2 or the 4.
So Swanson and Dandy will battle it out in the 400. Here's where things get interesting. The talented sophomore, Joseph Thuman.
Real deal.
Yeah, 159.19. Probably capable of a 156, 157. Zachary Bale from Belchertown, 2 flat. And then David Gardner, the 1,000-meter champion from D4 or D5 or one of those divisions. He's down there at 201. He's capable of faster. It should be those 3 battling it out. 1 mile. So this is kind of depends what Joseph Thuman
does that day.
Yeah, he's just a sophomore. He's got a 4:28 mile. David Gardner again. Oh no, that's David Gardner from Lunenburg. 4:35. And then a couple of repeat names. Josh Chang of Mount Greylock. He's in both. Michael Olson of Sutton. He has a better mile than 4:38, right? He's
Correct.
closer to 4:30. So it kind of depends what some of these guys choose to run.
Boys 2 mile.
Joseph Thuman, 9:44. So he's got some decisions to make.
What Joe wants to do that day.
And that will kind of depend how other things shake out. But he's the top seed. Colin Black, as I said before, I feel like he's been there forever. He's a senior now. He's the only other guy under 9:58. Jesse Seed, one of the guys that led the Mount Greylock cross country team, he's at 10:01. Hunter Marion, 10:02 from Narragansett. Daniel DeZutter from Nipmunk, 10:03. So a lot of guys. If Joseph Thuman doesn't decide to run that race, there's 5 or 6 guys that have a chance to
run the deuce and win.
To win the deuce. So that could be one of the races of the day over there just because it's so tightly contested. And then 110. We've seen that name Digman before.
I wonder if it's a big brother.
So Adam Digman, I would imagine, or cousin at least. He's a senior. He's in there at 15:77. Josh Saunders is the sophomore from Millbury. He's only off by .01. So
it's going to be a tight race.
Yeah, and even Ben Sacramone of Quabbin, senior, he's another guy that's under 16 in that race as well. So should be a 3-person race. 400 hurdles. 3 guys sub 60.
Phelan Klosky
from Frontier.
Phelan.
57.88's no joke. If he can get himself in the 56s in a decent heat at all states.
Yep.
But chasing him down will be Mason Barreau of Athol. Remember that name from indoors, I believe. And Tyler Olds of Wakana. He's the only other guy that's sub 60 in that event. So kind of like a couple of the other events, a 3-person race. And then we've seen this before. Littleton at the top of the 4x. This time the boys, 8:37. Sutton's right there, 8:38. Hopedale is always there in these Central West races. South Hadley, Tingsboro. But look for Littleton and Sutton and Hopedale
to mix it up.
To be the 3 teams that have a chance to win that. Shout out to Coach Donovan. He's got his Air Shirley boys at the top of the seed list for the 4x1. 44-24. The only other team that's sub 45 is Putnam Voc Tech. So those two teams.
Pope Francis.
Pope Francis a little bit off the pace, so it looks like it's between Air Shirley and Putnam.
And I wouldn't be surprised South Hadley if Jonas gets on one of those legs to see what they can do.
He's going to have a lot of races under the belt already, so we'll see. 4x4, Mount Greylock 336, Wakana 337, Murdoch 338. So I mean, a couple of the teams out of sub 340, Mohawk Trail, Pope Francis, and Sutton right there. High jump.
Josh Tay
from Taconic, the junior, 6'6". Gabe James from Pro Francis, 6'4".
Thomas Neary.
And then a whole bunch of guys at 6'2" and 6 feet.
Truth be told, guys between 5 through 16 have a shot.
Yeah, I mean, in the high jump, it's cool. You know, I can't imagine the guys that come in with the 5'9". They're jumping their
best
PR on opening height. So they'll have
look how many boys are at 5'10". Wow.
Couple ninth graders leading the pole vault charge, and that's tonight, I believe. Theodore Papusoy of Greenfield and Jack Vasilio of Frontier, 13'6", 13 feet, and Seth Talbot, the junior, also has 13 feet from Quabbin.
This event coming up, long jump is interesting. Any man can win.
Yeah, that's deep. You have eight guys at 21 feet or more, so 8 guys separated by 8 inches. Scott McDonough, the senior from Pioneer Valley, he'll lead it with a 21.8. And Najon Jernigan from Putnam Brook Tech, 21.4, and then a bunch of guys 21.3, 21.2, 21.1. So yeah, that could be an interesting event to keep an eye on. There's Najon Jernigan again from Putnam. He's at 44.10 for the triple.
Yes.
Not far off him, Mohammed Ahmed from Taconic, 44.5. Colby Rank, Hampton, Charter, 44.1. So 3 guys in the 44.
The jumps can be very competitive.
Yeah, that looks like that's where you want to be watching the small school Central West. Boys disc.
Giovanni Longo, Auburn.
Yeah, 138. And these two guys, only a foot separates them. Joseph Rivers of Lunenburg with a 137. Other guys chasing with 133s, but between Longo and Rivers, in my eyes. Last 2 throws events, Jav, Daniel Fleming of Air Shirley, 165. But like some of the other events, there's 3 or 4 guys that could easily win this. Zachary Stein Drago of Blackstone Valley is 163. Thomas Smith of Maynard is 163. So
those 3 guys.
Like a lot of these events that we've talked about so far, a lot of guys in the mix. Last event.
Boys shot put. Joseph Rivers, commanding lead.
55.3. He's got a 10-foot best or seed time or seed mark over everybody else in the field. Giovanni Longo of Auburn's the next best with a 45, but it's all Joseph Rivers with that 55.3, and that's our boys, small school,
Central West.
D2.
Good luck, everyone.